actually changing your thoughts can help you create better fitness, and Marci Lock is here to tell us how. And I've learned so many things from you, Marci, and this is really one of them.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. This hit me the other day to share, because I feel like, what's the barrier that stops people from ever moving forward? We just started a brand new 90 group on Monday in Lockin, and as I was helping the girl, she was lifting weights, doing her biceps, and I'm teaching her how to do it right form, you know, but she was looking down, and I said, well, let's pull your posture back up and look up, and there's a mirror right there. And she said, well, I don't want to look in the mirror. And I said, well, why? What's the thought? And she said, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not worth it. And I said, so what do you feel when you feel that thought? Instantly, she says, I want to give up, I just want to stop, I know I'm worthless, I'm not worth taking the time to do this, I can't do it right, and all these other thoughts and vibrations come. And I said, so what if we've shifted the thought to, I am a fat burning machine? And so she looked in the mirror and she said, I'm a fat burning machine, I'm a fat burning machine. And she just shifted the thought. So the next day we did cardio and then we did coaching, and she said, I had an aha moment. She said, she explained how yesterday she had this thought and it wanted to make her quit. And then she was doing the cardio and we were doing ladders on the treadmill. And she said, I had the thought that I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm fat, I'm slow. And I said, oh, I'm a fat burning machine. And she just said, instantly, I felt this tingle come up through my legs and my whole body, and I just knew I was a fat-burning machine. And she's like, and I just kept saying that, and she said, I pushed even harder, and I was motivated to more. So it's interesting that the thought is that first barrier and stop of like, what do you want to experience? And as soon as we focus on a thought, either it empowers you or it enslaves you. That's where you go.
Well, and so many people have that thought, or I can't do it, or I can't lift weights, or I can't get on a treadmill. I mean, how often have you heard, I just don't do treadmills, I don't do ellipticals, I can't. And then that translates to you really can't.
Yeah, and that's what your experience is. And so I know Reagan had an experience with a friend helping her say something positive in the mirror when she was in a really bad place, and instead, and my assistant does it all the time when she's talking to people and filtering them, they're always like, but I'm this. And she said, so shift that and say this next time you look at yourself in the mirror. And you just start with that next positive thought. But that's the starting point.
Who's this that we're looking at?
This is just Andrea. She was actually in our very first group. And so it's like the amazing difference you can create with your body. But it all starts for everyone. When you see where she was at in the beginning, everybody thinks, I can't do this, I'm not worth this, I'm fat, I'm sluggish, I'm slow. But if you shift that thought, then you can go down to a different place.
We're just going to show some pictures while you're talking to people who have really changed their bodies and their lifestyles. What I love about your program, Marci, is you have so many tools, I mean, just the way of eating and things like that, to back up, I'm a fat burning machine.
Yes. Yeah, but this is what I want to get to, is your thoughts, science actually shows your thoughts, you believe 80% of what you tell yourself, but only 20% of what you hear from other people. So, key thing here, people, what are you telling yourself? What are you saying to yourself? If you believe 80% of what's going on up here, what's normally going on up here is the things that are negative, that we don't want to tell people out loud, that we don't want to say, I'm stupid, I'm slow, I'm this, but you believe what's going on up here. So 80%. It's like, what are you telling yourself? Think about that.
Do you see a huge change in the confidence in your groups from when they start? Because if you start changing those negative thoughts into positive ones, I imagine it doesn't just affect your working out.
And this is like our day one. I mean, we go so deep and so into self-development and your love language, your relationships, your nature, your energy. It's self-discovery to create these things. But that's why when you watch like MarciLock.com and you get to hear from some of these people, they say this became a bonus. My body became the bonus gift of this. What transformed was my mind, my attitude towards life, my tools to utilize life in the way that I want.
Well, you know this too because you yourself did it.
Yes.
This is how you know.
You've seen the sexy hot pictures of the before, right? And all the chunkiness I had. And yeah, it's starting from learning the tools, which I totally am passionate about too, the behaviors. Let's eat to be a fat burning machine. Let's work out less and actually maximize the results. 20 minutes. Let's make it a lifestyle. But there is that, we never get there and we go back to the old behaviors that take us back to that negative place. We never go to the positive place if we don't start with the mind.
You have a scholarship program too with Marci 90.
So excited about it. We've done everything we can to try to help the masses. And that's what the DVDs really do. They teach the behaviors, but there's no mind stuff. So the 90 program is more of a higher-end expensive program because we have so much cost. So we've really done all we can to create a scholarship program now. So if there's people that haven't been able to afford it or that's kind of a stretch, we have a scholarship program now that gives you a huge discount. So we're picking a couple scholarships for each group, upcoming Salt Lake, Lockin. So yeah, they can apply at marci90.com and just...
All right. Yes. Oh, Marci, it's exciting for a lot of people. Marci90.com or MarciLock.com. Marci, you like motivate me all the time.
Well, and Saturday, I'll be teaching the Saturday workout, 7 a.m. at Performax in Lockin.
So she motivates you.
Do it. 20 minutes, burn fat for 2 days. That's right. Okay.